Hi there, Serdar Yegulov here for InfoWorld at IDG. Welcome to the latest installment in our ongoing series in Smart Python, where we're building a mini social networking application using Python, SQLite, and Python's web and networking tools. This time around, we're going to finally implement the ability to delete messages from our social network. This sounds like it should be simple. In theory, all we have to do is wipe entries from the database. In practice, it's not so simple, for reasons I'll explain in a moment. When you have a database where tables are interrelated, if you delete something from one table, you have to delete or at least unlink all references to it from other tables. In our social network, we have posts, and we have all of their replies. If we delete a post entirely, then we need to unlink all of the replies as well. This isn't the worst approach, but let's say on our network we want the ability to retain deleted messages so that admins can see them, along with all of their replies. Anyone with even passing experience with data governance procedures knows this kind of thing is pretty common practice. So instead of deleting and unlinking, we're going to rewrite our data structure slightly to allow messages to be marked as deleted. They aren't actually changed in any other way. They just now have a field that indicates whether or not they were deleted, and if so, when. In our message class, we'll add a deleted on field. This is normally none or null, as the database reports it, and is indexed for easy access. This is a date time. This indicates when the message was deleted. Next, we're going to add two methods to the message class, one to mark a message as deleted, and another to undelete it. In either case, all we're doing is editing the deleted on field and then resaving the record. With undelete, all we're doing is clearing the deleted on field. Note that we're not actually going to use the undelete method for anything yet, but it's an example of how saving the date and time of deletion makes it possible for that method to have useful behaviors. Like, for instance, we could allow a message to be undeleted by the user before a certain amount of time has elapsed by recording this information. Next, we're going to edit our message presentation template slightly. If the deleted field is set, we don't show a message text. And finally, we're going to change our database initialization script to include a pre-deleted message with some replies attached to it. The idea here is to emulate what the data would look like if someone posted a message, replies were posted to it, and then the original was deleted. Let's run the data initialization script, and now take a look at the home page. As you can see, we now have a message there listed as deleted, but with replies attached to it. So far, so good. Now that we have the underpinnings, let's create an actual way to perform deletions. First, we're going to add a couple of components to the message object. The first of these will generate HTML links to confirm a deletion and to actually delete a message. The first one of these two is just a simple button that takes us to a URL that's generated by the message ID. The second of the two is a form submission. It goes to the same URL but provides in the form data a hash based on the post and the user ID. This makes it extremely difficult to trick someone into deleting a message by just having them click on a link. Now, there are more sophisticated ways to secure against this kind of thing, like, for instance, using a random one-time challenge, but this should do for now. Next, we're going to add two web routes. Both use the same URL, but with different methods. The first one is the target for the first link. It's just a confirmation message. The second one, sent by the form submission action, checks to make sure the submitted hash is correct, and if so, it performs the delete. In both cases, we require that the user be logged in and that they be the owner of the message in question for further security. Now, we're going to add a template for deleting messages, where we reuse the existing message template. And we're also going to modify that template slightly to not include the original delete button when we use this template in the context of a delete action. This variable here, deleting, is a flag that will indicate that. Now, there's another way that we could do this. We could just move all of the button actions into the message template, including the deletion confirmation. But this way, we can customize the presentation of the delete message separately and more cleanly. Now, let's reinitialize our database, fire up the application, log in, and delete an existing message that has replies. When we click delete, we first get the confirmation. When we click again, the message is gone. As you can see, if we go back to the original message page, it simply shows deleted for the text. Now, for the last step in this exercise, let's modify the front page and message threads to not show deleted messages at all. To do this, we don't have to touch the templates. All we need to do is make some changes to the methods in the message class. By default, Both the get top level posts and the replies methods use all the available posts in the system. We're going to create a new method for message, get live posts, that fetches only the posts that haven't been deleted, and we'll use the posts generated by that method as the source for getting the top level posts and the replies. Now, when we reset our database and rerun our application, you can see in the main page that it no longer lists the existing deleted post that we pre-registered in the database. And if we log in to create a post of our own, we can delete it, and it will also vanish too. So there you have it. Next time, we'll take a look at the code we've written so far and try to find some further improvements for it. For instance, we can use the decorator pattern in Python to simplify some of the boilerplate that's crept into our code over time. That's it for this segment. If you liked it, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the IDG Tech Talk channel on YouTube. And for more Dev with Serdar, be sure to follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Infoworld.com.